Good morning, boys and girls. Today we are going to practice our metric length conversions. So before we get started, I just wanted us to have a little chart here. We're going to go over this real fast. And I'm just going to use the back of this to kind of cover it up for a moment. So 1 centimeter is worth 10 millimeters. 1 decimeter, and we don't use decimeters a whole lot, so we're not going to spend a lot of time making conversions with decimeters, but just know that within 1 decimeter we have 10 centimeters. Every meter is worth 10 decimeters, or has 10 decimeters within. Every meter has 100 centimeters, centi. So remember, deci is a tenth, centi is a hundredth. And then 1 meter is 1,000 millimeters, and then milli meaning 1,000. So we're going to see these prefixes repeated again when we talk about volume and mass. So just know that that's the cool thing about the metric system, is that they all use the same prefixes. They all basically mean the same thing in relation to the main unit, which in this case is meters. Okay, so. And with conversions, whenever we have a small unit and we go to a large unit, we divide. And when we go from a large unit to a small unit, we multiply. Okay? So we'll be revisiting that. So we're going to start with, I almost forgot. 1 kilometer. Of course, this is very big. This is like close to a mile, right? Or 2 of them equal a mile. So 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. Okay. Kilo meaning like times 1,000, or 1,000 of. All right, so let's practice a little bit. So start off simple. So 1 meter, if we're comparing meters to centimeters, meters are big, centimeters are small, so we multiply. So what do we multiply by? Well, let's see here. In 1 meter, we have 100 centimeters, so we're going to multiply by 100. So then 1 meter would be 400 centimeter. 4 times 100, 400. Okay. Next one. Okay, so now we have 173 meters and centimeters, and it's the same units. And of course, bigger unit to a smaller unit, so we're going to multiply. We don't have to do much extra thinking here. We know it's times 100. So 173 meters times 100 is going to be 100. We have the 173 there, and then times 100. So that's going to be 17,000 centimeters. Okay. Next one. So we have 800 centimeters, and we're going to meters. So we're going from a small unit to a large unit, so we're dividing. So what are we dividing by? So again, we know that there's 100 centimeters in every meter, so we're going to divide by 100. So 800 divided by 100 is going to get us 8 meters. Okay, let's do the next one. Okay, 15 centimeters, and then we've got millimeters. Okay, so let's see here, centimeters to millimeters. Well, for every 1 centimeter, I have 10 millimeters. So this is a large unit, and we're going to a small unit. Large to small, we multiply. So I'm going to multiply times 10. So 15 times 10 is going to give me 150 millimeters. Okay, so now we have 90 millimeters, and we're going to centimeters, so it's kind of the opposite. So we have a small unit going to a larger unit, we're dividing. So what are we dividing by? Well, we're using the same unit, so instead of multiplying by 10, we're going to divide by 10. So 90 divided by 10 is going to get me 9 centimeters. And especially with like centimeters and millimeters, you can always check using a tape measure or a ruler. So 9 centimeters, we could easily count 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So yeah, sure enough, 9 centimeters is going to be 90 millimeters. Okay, let's keep going. Got a couple more here. 250 millimeters, going to centimeters again. So we're going to keep the same. We're going to divide by 10. So 250 divided by 10 is going to get us 25 centimeters. One more down here. Oh, kilometers. Okay, so we have 15 kilometers. For every kilometer, I have 1,000 meters. So I'm going from a big unit to a small unit, so I'm multiplying. Multiplying times 1,000. So 15 times 1,000. It's going to give me 15,000 meters. Okay. And the cool thing about these, this literally means 1,000. So sometimes we see larger numbers abbreviated, like 15K, literally means 15,000. And so that's one really cool thing about the metric system, is that you could just put a K there and it would be the same thing as 15,000. It would mean the same thing. Everybody would know what that means, which is really handy. Okay, I've got a couple of challenge ones for us. So this one, we're going from meters to millimeters, okay? And so we could break this down into meters to centimeters and then centimeters to millimeters. But I already know that 1 meter is the same as 1,000 millimeters, because we know that milli means 1,000th of. So, and of course we're going from little to small, so we're multiplying. So I'm going to multiply times 1,000. And so 7 times 1,000 is going to be 7,000. So it's 7,000 millimeters. Okay. One more. You're at 8 kilometers is how many centimeters? Okay, so this one, it might be helpful because we don't have anything on our chart that goes from kilometers to centimeters. So it might be helpful for us to go. So 8 kilometers to meters and then to centimeters. We probably need all this space on the line, to be honest. So we're going from big units to small units, so we're multiplying. And we know for every kilometer we have 1,000 meters. So 8 times 1,000 is going to be 8,000 meters. The 8 kilometers, 8,000 meters. And then we know from meters to centimeters, well, every meter is 100 centimeters, so I'm going to need to multiply that times 100. So, and we're just going to use what we know about multiplying things with zeros. So 8 times 1 is going to be 8, right? So it's going to be the 8,000. 1, 2, 3. All right, so it's going to be 800,000 centimeters. And there's one little thing that I say whenever I'm multiplying things with zeros. So like there's 2 zeros here, so there needs to be 2 zeros here. So that's 1, 2. There's 3 zeros there, so there need to be 3 zeros here. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So we've got all the zeros that match. And of course, 1 times 8 is 8. So we've got that included as well. So it'll be 800,000 centimeters. So the cool thing about metric length conversions, it's pretty easy. It's all just multiplying with zeros and groups of 10, 100, 1,000, super duper easy. The main thing is that if you have a chart that can kind of help you remember what is equal to what, that makes your life a lot easier. And then of course your knowledge of multiplying by numbers with zeros. All right. Well, practice, have fun, and of course, reach out if you have any questions.